All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. I know I didn't have a video on this channel yesterday, so there's it's still a little early. It's not 12, it's not even 12 p.m. yet, so I wanted to make sure I got a video in on this channel. So let's get started. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button to Eyes Open Media. This is the backup channel to my main channel, Currency 365. So subscribe to that channel as well. Check out the videos that we have on here as well. Okay, it looks like 245 views for Kenneth's story. It should be more than that. This is prophetic events happening for 2017. You would think, especially being on this channel, that a lot of you guys would tune in to prophetic events. Okay, so that's kind of weird. Okay, so let's get started here. And Les brought this article yesterday on the 365 Facebook page. Global finance leaders grapple with globalization fears. Okay, as you can see, Christine Lagarde, the chief of the IMF, and then also the let me see, the governor of the People's Bank of China, which is this guy right here, and then this guy is also the Chinese finance minister. Okay, so they all were together. I don't even know if she can speak. Like, what's funny is, like, when these people meet up with the world leaders and stuff, it's like, what language are they speaking? Most of them, I'm guessing they're speaking English, because that is the world renowned language, right? Because it's, Chinese is one of the hardest language to understand, right? So you would think that when they get together, like Christine Lagarde and these people, they're speaking in English. You would think, right? Maybe Christine Lagarde knows Chinese. I don't. A lot of these people are very intelligent, right? They know like 20 different languages and all types of stuff. So maybe they're speaking in Chinese. I don't know. But it always fascinated me when I used to see world leaders get together, and I'm like, okay, you're from Denmark, you're from China, you're from Australia, you're from Nigeria, you're from Chile, you're from Indonesia, you're from Iceland, you're from Ecuador, and you're from Mexico, and you guys are all together smiling and communicating. It's like, what language are you guys speaking? And most of the leaders know English and understand English, so that's what usually they're taught English. If you want to be a world leader, you should know English. Now, a lot of them don't want to learn English because they don't, maybe they hate a certain country or something like that, and they don't want to learn English, so they'll have interpreters with them. But most of them learn English. So I'm pretty sure English is probably the language that a lot of them speak to communicate. So it says global finance leaders on Saturday dropped a sharp condemnation of trade protectionism and reference to climate change for the closing statement that wrapped up the spring meetings of the 189 nation International Monetary Fund and World Bank. See, this is where the gurus get that global currency reset. 189 countries are going to reset at the same time, thing. That's where they get it from. They get it from right here. Okay, there's 189 nations of the IMF, and the IMF is going to change everybody's rate at the same time. Okay, so that's basically what they got. Most of them are not even talking about this any longer. I mean, there is probably a couple of people still talking about this global reset. I had people, not global reset, but the currency reset, the global currency reset, it's been tainted, right? It's been tainted by ridiculous statements and ridiculous points of views and ridiculous just events that people are just making up. So it's been tainted. So that's why I don't refer anything. I usually, you haven't heard me talk about it in a while, about global currency reset, all that. I just leave it alone now because it's been tainted by so many people that are doing it on purpose. They're trying to taint it on purpose. They're saying all this bullcrap about it and making up stories for a global reset, currency reset, and things of that nature. So I just leave it alone because I don't want to be a part of that. Let's see here. Okay, so it says debate was over how the response to rising tide of anti-globalization sentiments, evidence in the United States by the election of Donald Trump. See, as you can see here, a lot of these people are globalists. So when you're not globalists like Penn, like Miss Penn in France and Donald Trump, when you're a nationalist and you want to protect your own country and make sure your country's strong, they don't like that. You know, they don't they don't like that. They want everybody to be vulnerable. They want all countries to be vulnerable. They want all countries to be able to be invaded at any time with no borders, no protection. You know what I mean? Like they want all countries to just be weak because that's the only way they can be able to implement their new world order. If a country is strong and protects its borders, you know, and has weapons and stuff, they can't bring in a new world order to that system, to that country. So they don't like that your borders are strong and, you know, and that you want to protect your borders and you want to arm your citizens. The new world order and the globalists don't like that. And so and that's one of the things about, like, if you're a Democrat and you see that these people, like the Satanists, don't like when you build a border, the Satanists don't like when you arm people, like, you should be thinking to your head, wait a minute, these people don't like that, but that's what we're supposed to be doing, you know. But you got a lot of Democrats that go along with this stuff, you know. They're for globalization, new world order, right? And yet they want to be protected and safe in their own country. Like, a normal person wants to be protected and safe in their own country, but yet because their party is for a certain thing, they remove that and then they just go with what the party is saying, right? So I think a lot of people were going after Trump in the beginning, you know, but yet when you ask them the question, do you want to be protected? Do you want to have weapons? Do you want your borders protected? Most of them will say yes, right? They want to be protected. They want America protected, but yet they were going after Trump when that's what he was doing. And they're not really going after Trump. They're just blindly going with their party, the Democratic Party that was against Donald Trump. But yet, when you ask them personally, do you want have protection just in case a country invades? They'll say yes. Do you want your borders protected? You know, so the terrorists don't come into your borders. They'll say yes. Okay, but yet they were going against Donald Trump, who was trying to do that. So it's kind of weird because, and that's the thing about joining parties. When you join parties, it really just, what's your personal opinion on something just goes out the window, and you just follow a bunch of you know, what the party wants to do. Same thing with the Republicans. You just follow what the party wants and not what you want, and that's not how to live life at all. That's why I stay right in the middle. And Democrats, you might have something that might be a good plan, and Republicans, you might have something that be a good plan, and I'll take both of those plans, and the rest of the stuff I might hate, and I don't take none of the other stuff. I just take what I feel like is good from both parties, and that's it. That's all you need, you know. But, you know, people know, and the crazy part is a lot of people that are part of the Democrats and Republicans, they know what the forefathers said. They know the forefathers said to not split the land up with red and blue and Democrats and Republicans because it would destroy and it would create chaos and division in the country. They know that, but they don't. But they still represent Democrats and Republicans, and they still fight against each other. They know what the forefathers said, so that's kind of weird. That's how you know you're under mind control. Because if you know what these people said, and you know that this will hurt your system and your country, but you're still doing it, then that tells you that you're under some type of mind control. Jaafari calls to activate the strategic framework between Baghdad and America, the Washington Agreement. Okay, so Jaafari looks like he's going around countries just demanding stuff. Okay. So we saw him in Switzerland demanding to release the Iraqi funds, and then we saw him in what was he at yesterday? He was in Germany, also talking about release the funds. And then yesterday, where was he at yesterday? He told somebody to release the funds the other day. I can't remember. Was it Germany? It might have been Germany. Yeah, so he just going now. He's saying American Iraq need to activate the framework, and that's reconstruction. So Jabari wants the reconstruction to happen. So like I said before, we're not going to see reconstruction in Iraq unless they remove the restrictions. We're not coming in. And many people, many countries, and companies are not going to come in until they remove the restrictions. We're not going to come in someplace that we can't take money out, and that's why Iraq needs to lift the restrictions and remove Chapter 7 and go into Article 8, because the companies need to be able to bring in money and bring out money, and we can't do that. Okay, so we can only bring it in, but we can't take it back out. So no company's gonna come in until we see Article 8, the removal of restrictions, the MCP, and also the lift of Chapter 7. So he can call to activate it, but you need to just tell the CBI to remove the restrictions and lift and get into Article 8 compliance and lift Chapter 7. And you'll see this reconstruction start to begin. Okay, Abadi welcomes the Australian. Okay, let me see. Okay, I don't know who is this. Australian president, or who is this? Turnbull Malcolm. Let me see who he is. Prime Minister. Okay, the Prime Minister. Hold up. Let me see. Make sure. Prime Minister of Australia and the federal member for Wentworth. J.G. Wentworth? Is this the guy from J.G. Wentworth on the commercials? J.G. Wentworth. Okay, so he's the Prime Minister of Australia. Cool. I did talk about Australia the other day on, was it yesterday or the day before on the main channel? Okay, so cool. So they met today. That's pretty cool. And he's probably telling them, remove your restrictions. I can't help you. I can't help you until you remove your restrictions. And the body's probably saying, I don't want to. I want to look like I'm removing my restrictions, but it's going to take it might take another 2 years. Daesh says that 250,000 civilians are being held in 10 districts in Western Mosul. Wow, that's a lot of people, right? 250,000 civilians. But yet they were telling us that they're gonna announce full liberation on the 30th. Yeah, right. Like I told you guys before, don't expect the body to announce nothing. Okay, so, and I did give new liberation days yesterday on live stream on Currency 365. And what was those days? I can't even remember. I know the real-time map was the 15th. Oh yeah, the real-time map was the 15th, and the Nineveh Command Center map to go fully green was the May 31st, because that's a Wednesday. I like Wednesdays. Okay, so interesting, because remember they just told us that they had only 6 districts to go, and we've already gotten like 6 districts back since that announcement. So, and we still have way more to go. So these people are just lying, and we at least we can see right through it. So it is what it is. PMUs kill Islamic State leader in Tel Aviv. Yeah, another high-ranking leader died in Tel Aviv today. So we're sending like thousands and thousands of bombs. You would think everybody's dead in Tel Aviv. How many bombs have we sent to Tel Aviv? I mean, you would think everybody's dead. It's not a big area. I mean, you launch 1,000 bombs in Tel Aviv, and only a few people died. That's where in the world are you launching the bombs to? Are you just practicing or something? You know what I mean? Like, everybody should be dead in Tel Aviv. We sent 1,000 bombs over there. It's a lot of money spent, and no one's dying. And that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Remaining, the U.S. estimated that the number of remaining ISIS militants in Mosul is less than 1,000. Oh, now it's up to 1,000 again. It would never end. Before, back in early March, they said it was under 500. Now it's back to less than 1,000. Yes, 2 days ago it was less than 800. Now it's less than 1,000. 3 months, but back in March, early March, it was less than 500 left to go. And some of you, I think it was I think it was either early to mid March. It was less than 500. They came out and said less than 500 Daesh is in Western Mosul as they quickly retrieve the land. Now, then all of a sudden it went back to 1100 and now 1200. Oh, now it's down back to 800. Now today we read it's less than 1,000. These people are just lying. And it is what it is. And it's comical now. Now it's just comical. It's just comical now. And something that's not comical is Bitcoin prices. Bitcoin prices have tripled since last year. So from April of last year till now, I wish I had really had gotten the Bitcoin a lot earlier. Especially like around April. That would have been awesome. Triple your money like that. But anyways, we still got it at a good price. Around 500, 600 bucks is when we started earning Bitcoin in my paying crypto ad. So it's been a good ride since. So all the way up to 12 something, to the high 1200. So Bitcoin is rising. Bitcoin's right now is at 12. Well, this has it at the Coin Telegraph has it at 1242. And let me see here. Is that Donald Duck? What the hell? Okay, two factors is India and Japan. Yeah, that is some big factors. And Japan is not even done yet. Remember, in July, I think it's either going to be June or July, they're going to open 260,000 retail stores to start using Bitcoin. You don't think Bitcoin prices are going to skyrocket from 260,000 retail stores that are going to be using the Bitcoin and accepting the coin as payment? You don't think Bitcoin is going to skyrocket from that, from all that usage and demand? Okay, and then also India is now making Bitcoin legal tender, and they're going to make that announcement sometime in May, June, or July. So you got two big countries that are going to be making a big announcements with Bitcoin here in May, June, and July. So sit back and watch, because I told you guys when Japan came on that Bitcoin would double. With C2000 now because of Japan. And now, of course, it's guaranteed now. And you got India on board, right? And they're going to make their official announcement either in May, June, or July. So now we know that Bitcoin is going to 2,000 because of Japan, and then you can just go to 3,000 because of India, just them two alone. And then we have Russia that is going to be making Bitcoin legal tender in the start of 2018. So can you say 5,000 maybe for Bitcoin? Like this is awesome. And then you got Ethereum that we believe is going to start being pumped like crazy as the Ethereum enterprise is going to be announcing all the famous companies and names and people that have joined the Ethereum platform at their conference. Now, crypto is going to the conference on May 19th. So the conference did get pushed back from April 15th. It was supposed to be like April 15th, right? Or April 19th or something like that. And then it got pushed back to May 19th. And he already has, what's the word I'm looking for? He was invited to come in, and they're also going to allow him to film. So yes, that's going to be interesting. And then there was supposed to be some event like today or something for Ethereum as well, and they might start announcing names today. So I'll look out for that. But between now and May 19th. Watch the price of Ethereum, because it should start to rise drastically. And then after May 19th, it should just absolutely start to skyrocket. Okay, so it's 48 right now. It's holding 48. There's a lot of buys. The people that are trying to keep of course, they probably are the elites that are trying to keep the price low as much as possible so they can continue to buy. But the buying pressure is so huge if you look on the chart for Ethereum that they can't keep the prices low any longer. So it looks like we're about to hit 50 and then we're going to break out 50, and then they're just going to let the price run because they can't hold it down any longer. Okay, so especially when they start using it, and it's at 49 on Coinbase, but especially if they start announcing the big names that have joined the Ethereum enterprise. Okay, Litecoin's at 13. It hit four. I guess it hit 14 yesterday, as Jordan showed us a picture of it. So it did hit our sell signal, our sell target at 14. So I'm calling for, well, Mike cryptocurrency investing. Mike is calling for 25 on the video he did with Litecoin. So we're gonna look for. So we're calling 25 for Litecoin. Let's see if we can get Litecoin at 25, up to 25. So that would be another double, right? Well, no, it'd be it'll be 27, 27.32 would be a double from here. But if you bought in at 12 or 13 or whatever the case may be, then it'll be 25 would be basically a double for you. So yeah, so 25 for Litecoin should be a good target, and then after 25, then we can go to 50. And it's coming on Coinbase at some point, so that's all. That would be cool. Okay, so let's move on from there. I think I am done. It's 20-minute video. So yeah. So once again, the global finance leaders, and also there was an article about the IMF going to be stopping or going to be forcing people to correct their exchange rates. The countries that are cheating. So I'm not sure if that's in here or not. I don't think so. I gotta find that article. I thought it was this one, but this just looks like they were just at the meeting. Let me see. Free market. Yeah, talking about this tax systems and stuff. So there was an article. I don't know if anybody can bring that article up again, or maybe I can find it. But there was an article. I thought I saw an article where the IMF was going to be forcing countries to return to reality prices. So if that's true, then that's a good sign. I don't know that when they're gonna do it, because when the IMF speaks, it can take up to a year for countries to listen to them. So anyways, eyes open. Talk to you guys later. Bye.